The terrifying true story of Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Monster. He was quiet, polite, unassuming. To many, Jeffrey Dahmer looked like an average man, but behind the door of his apartment was a truth far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. Between 1978 and 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer committed a series of crimes that would ultimately shock the nation. By the time he was caught, he had taken the lives of 17 young men and boys and concealed his actions for more than a decade. But how did it go unnoticed for so long? Early life and warning signs. Dahmer was born in 1960 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His childhood was troubled by isolation, family issues, and behavioral red flags. From a young age, he showed an unhealthy fascination with anatomy and death, signs that would later take on a far darker meaning. His first known crime occurred just after high school, but it wasn't until nearly a decade later that his pattern escalated and became far more dangerous. A hidden pattern. Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, Dahmer targeted individuals he met in social settings. He often lured them with the promise of companionship or help. What followed were crimes committed in secrecy, enabled in part by missed warnings and lack of intervention. Many of his victims were part of marginalized communities, and their disappearances went largely unnoticed by authorities. This failure to connect cases allowed Dahmer to continue without suspicion until one victim managed to escape. The escape that stopped him. On July 22, 1991, a man named Tracy Edwards fled Dahmer's apartment and flagged down police. He led officers back to the residence, where they uncovered evidence that confirmed a pattern of violence spanning over a decade. What investigators found led to Dahmer's immediate arrest and a full confession. Trial and aftermath. In court, Dahmer admitted to everything. His demeanor was calm, detached, and deeply disturbing. He was ultimately convicted and sentenced to multiple life terms in prison. But in 1994, just 3 years into his sentence, Dahmer was killed by a fellow inmate, abruptly ending the life of one of America's most infamous criminals. A haunting legacy. Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes left deep scars, not only for the families of his victims, but for the communities affected by the system's failure to protect them. His story is often cited as a case study in missed warning signs, societal blind spots, and the dangers of overlooking the vulnerable. Today, his name remains synonymous with one of the darkest chapters in true crime history. But perhaps the most terrifying truth is this: sometimes the most dangerous people don't look dangerous at all.